Hey, what's going on, ball boys and ball girls? Bringing you guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing some ball boy talk. Some just real, authentic, in my opinion, me to you, not even talking about what's going on in the MLB right now, just talking baseball and why I absolutely love baseball. Why I chose baseball, for the journey on social media, to blog, to talk about. Um, there's a lot of reasons. It's baseball. A lot of people feel like baseball fans, and yes, I'll be looking over here because I'm reading off of a blog post I made. So please bear with me as you see me looking away, um, because I don't want to miss it. I don't want to leave anything out. So really, where to start? A lot of hardcore baseball fans get asked, "How do you watch baseball? How do you sit there and watch such a slow, boring game?" That's what people always say. How do you enjoy it? And people who go to games and watch it like, oh, I just put on this background noise. Oh, I just go to hang out with friends. But to me, there's just so much more. There's, your thoughts. There's the game. And really, when someone says they just go, they don't watch it, they don't hang out, they don't understand it. You don't understand baseball until you played it, you lived it, you breathe it, you sweat, you cried, you've had moments, you've had your life impacted by it. Um, you just don't understand it. You just don't understand the game. You don't have a really reason why. You can't really understand it if you've never lived it or if you've never experienced it for yourself. So that's kind of where we're gonna start. Um, so yeah, the memories. So I'm gonna share a few reasons why it's why baseball is so important to me, what sticks out from baseball, what I've learned from it, and how it affects me today. You'll really kind of get to know a little bit more about me, um, as as Jay, and I hope you get to you know start to understand why baseball is more than just a sport to so many people. So ever since I can remember, I've always loved baseball. There's always just been a connection to it. Baseball makes me feel euphoric. It makes me feel like I'm on cloud nine. I remember going to games as a kid. I can't remember exactly what my first game was. I'm pretty sure my first game was in the Kingdome, in Seattle before it got torn down or blew up. As I've grown up, the name of the stadium's changed. It was Safeco Field for most of my life. Now it's T-Mobile Park. We'll see what happens later in life, who the naming rights go to. But T-Mobile's a big sponsor. But I've seen so many things exciting happen in Mariners history. The magical 2001 season where they won 116 games. When Ken Griffey Jr. came back to end his career. When King Felix played his first and last game as a Mariner. When Ichiro left, he came back. He opened the season in Japan in 2019. He had that emotional goodbye. When Dan Wilson hung it up for the last time. When Egger hung it up for the last time. Um, and when the words "my oh my" were spoken for the last time that we'll ever hear, at the baseball park. Rest in peace, Dave Niehaus. Um, but these are just some of the best parts about baseball. It's the memories that it gives you. Um, it's the memories, it's the feelings, it's the moments that baseball can create for a kid, for an adult, boys, girls, just those memories that last a lifetime. Um, and depending on your team, there's gonna be some sad moments, and that's okay. That's part of the game. Man, it just gives you memories that you'll cherish for a lifetime, that you'll never, ever, ever forget. Um, so where it all started. Um, so I really started playing baseball right around 8, 9 years old after my grandpa had passed away. Um, so I was my first team, Pac West Little League, Berrien, Washington. Played for the Cardinals. My coaches were Coach Randy. He was the main coach, Coach Billy. I don't remember the third coach's name, but he was awesome. Um, they had a tremendous impact on me when I was a kid. I don't think they know it, but man, they helped that little kid who was struggling, who was fat, overweight, who was just sad because he missed his grandpa. They helped me so much. I made friends. Um, I helped my grandma meet friends and people, and that little league team, they don't know how much they helped me. Um, yeah, they don't know. They'll never know unless they watch this video. But man, I remember I started out as a catcher. I'm left-handed. I started out as a left-handed catcher, which you can do in little league. It's fine. Uh, and so I started out as a catcher. Moved for first base. I learned how to pitch later on. I played left field, right field, second base. Never played third base or shortstop. Actually, I played a couple innings in third base in high school. I'll take that back. Never played center field, only corners. Never played shortstop because I'm left-handed. Mostly played pitcher, first base most of my life. So I have this game ball here. This is actually one of like three game balls I have. It's the only one I can find um, now. But so game, it was on 5/7/2005. We won that game 12-2, um, and we won it late in the game. I remember we were playing at the field. It was nighttime. Um, it bright lights. I just remember it as a big deal because it was like one of the best moments of my entire life. We had been working on blocking the plate, practice, just to get better at that. That's what we were working on. Uh, Patrick, shortstop, throws it into me at catcher. I caught it, dropped to my knees, blocked the plate with my glove down here by my knees, completely blocked it off. Runner came sliding in right into my glove. Um, you know, I remember it being dusty, um, and we needed that to seal off the wind. We were already up by a lot, but they had bases loaded. Um, Umpire shouted out. My teammates were happy. People were screaming, cheering. I was hearing my name called. I didn't know what the heck was going on. And when I realized that we won the game, so that's where this game ball comes from. Let's see. Uh, so yeah, take this moment. Take that early Mariners baseball hype during the 2000s. I was sold. I was in love with the game for life. Um, Fundamentals. The fundamentals, muscle memory, and the tiniest of details. During while I played baseball, I took it for granted. I never took coaching seriously. I never took the tweaks and the tiny changes as seriously as I should have. Looking back now, kids watching this, listen to your coaches. Please listen to your coaches. They want what's best for you. They want you to be the best player you can. I know that because I coach. I coach a lot now, and I wish I would have listened. I regret not listening so much. Um, there's so many fundamentals. It's muscle memory. That's what they want to become. They want to become second nature and muscle memory for everything you do as a kid. So you can just build and grow up off those fundamentals. Um, you know, Pitchers are so complicated for a pitcher to learn how to pitch, to learn sequencing and grips and arm angles and so like that. But it's simple. You gotta just take it one step at a time. Learn your signs, learn your grips. Throw it feels comfortable to you when you're young, and you're growing and developing. Um, learn those one or two really, really good pitches that you like, how you hold the ball that you like, especially if you're a fielder. Um, the arm angles. Learn that stuff that feels right to you and, keep with it. Um, but it's so important, as a pitcher that I learned one of my big takeaways that if you mess up, if you just grip the ball too tight, too loose, your fingers off the seam as you get more competitive, the ball's either gonna go bouncing in the dirt, flying over the catcher's head, or it's gonna go flying over the fence if you miss a spot. Um, you take this simple lesson, you apply it to life. You have to pay attention to the details in life. No matter what you're doing, no matter the job, you have to be aware of the proper processes and steps to ensure that you deliver the right product or the right outcome on time and at the right place. So that's one big takeaway for me in life from baseball. Um, Success, perspective, and the changeup. The typical professional baseball season, is usually played from about February to October or November. If you're lucky enough to play and win the World Series, if there isn't a pandemic going on, of course. Uh, the regular season schedule is usually 162 games. A typical hitter will get on base about 34 to 40% of the time. The other 60 to 75% of the time they fail. The best pitchers give up 3 runs every 9 innings. Put these numbers in context of a full season. If a player gets on base 37% of the time, they're considered elite. If a pitcher gives up 2.5 runs every 9 innings every 9 innings, they are also elite. Why am I telling you this? Because there will be weeks upon weeks that the best hitters won't get on base more than 10% of the time. They will still be considered among the best. You think Mike Trout gets on base every single time he goes up to the batter's box? No. He gets on base about 4 out of every 10 times, which is still incredibly elite. But he doesn't the other 6 times. But he's still considered the GOAT, one of the greatest players we've ever seen on the baseball field. And why? Why does this failure just not bog him down and, make him not as great? It's because when you're playing baseball, when you're taking life, you gotta take it one at bat, pitch by pitch at a time. And know it's the final number that matters. It's not about the here and now. It's not about the short term. You're playing a long term game. You're running a marathon. You're not running a sprint. You're running a marathon. That's what's important to remember, because that's life. And I've adopted this mindset as a father and a coach. Everything I'm doing now is for the future. It's for the end goal. If you have to punish your child, yeah, it's not fun in the short term, but that's going to help them down the line in the future to treat someone better in the future, to be a better person later on. And that's what matters. Likewise, when coaching players, coaching frustrated players who can't get over striking out or not hitting the ball hard enough because they tweak their mechanics, yes, it's going to be frustrating. You make these small changes in life, you do these small things, and yes, it's going to lead to failure. There's going to be an adjustment. There's going to be a learning curve, and that's okay. Don't be scared of that change. Don't be scared. It's okay, because you know what? You're going to be better, healthier, and stronger later because of it. And lastly, there comes a time that we can no longer play the child's game. There comes a time where we're just not as good as our peers around us, and we can't go to that next level. And I learned that when I was a senior in high school, that my body said nope, and that was my own fault. I didn't listen. I didn't take the coaching seriously. But that's okay, because the biggest thing I've taken away from baseball is gratitude. Gotta be grateful for being able to go and play another game, to go out there one more time on the diamond, no matter your age. If you're in high school, you're going to college, be grateful. It's gonna end someday. It's gonna end. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna be sad. It could end in injury, talent. There's so many reasons it could end. There was a time in high school where I thought I would never even throw a baseball or play another baseball or softball game ever again. I injured my elbow right here, this muscle. Yep, that classic UCL right there. I strained it really, really bad. I'd been recommended surgery. I didn't want to do it. I was like, I'm gonna give up. It's my time. It sucks, but I don't think I can keep competing. And when I realized that injury was my senior year, we were playing our league championship game to go into the state tournament, and we lost. I cost us the game because I didn't say anything about my arm hurting. I didn't say anything about not being able to go. I didn't want to let my teammates down. And ultimately, that was more selfish in saying, hey, coach, my arm hurts. I don't think I can make it through this game, this inning. We probably would have won that game if that didn't happen. I came on, I gave up 3 walks, I got 1 strikeout, and then I gave up a hit, led to 2 runs, ultimately was a difference maker. Since then, my elbow's recovered. I can throw a baseball now. I can still hit. I play in adult baseball leagues. I play in softball leagues. And I'm thankful that I can now throw without pain anymore. I'm glad I'm stronger. I'm glad I've learned my lessons, taking better care of my body, listened to my body, which is super important. With baseball, however, you learn perspective. You learn to keep your perspective intact. You learn to keep the long-term goals in front of you, um, especially if you pitch. You learn to take life one pitch at a time, one game, one pitch at a time, one at bat at a time. You learn to kind of slow it down, to think. You kind of start to think about what outcomes are going to come from this next. What's coming next? What's happening next? And sometimes you don't know. Sometimes it's unpredictable. Sometimes you're gonna make the best pitch, or make the pitch of your life. That perfect outside corner sinker, hit the spot, and it still gives up a run. Um, and you have two choices. You can either dwell on it, beat yourself up, or you can fix them, move on, and learn from it and become better. And that's what baseball taught me. It's taught me that no matter, you can make mistakes, but it's about how you respond. It's about taking life as one pitch, one at bat at a time. Be patient, be grateful. Patience, gratitude, two of the biggest things um, that I want to pass on to anyone listening, any of my young players out there. Be grateful. Be grateful. Be grateful that you're out there. For those older in college, or playing in the or higher levels, NCAA, be grateful. Be patient. If it's meant to happen, it'll happen. There's life. There's life after baseball. There is. It's great. There's family. There's friends. There's a career. There's life. There's life. Doesn't last forever. Doesn't last forever. Um, but guys, seriously, it's there. Last to end this, there comes a time where we can either be bitter by our past, which tend us to lead to bad habits, or we can be grateful for the struggles. We can be grateful for the experience. We can be grateful for what we learned. We can be grateful for all our teammates. We can look back and we can just be grateful. Like, man, I was in a championship game in high school, almost going to the California State tournament. There was a time where I'm just grateful that I was being considered to go to college to play baseball. There was a time. It's not my time. It wasn't my time. It wasn't meant to happen, and I'm grateful for that. Because now I'm better for it at the end. I'm here in front of you talking about it. And I've learned that we each have a purpose. And each of our purpose is different. Some of you guys will go on to be great, talented players. I know it. I know people listening to this, watching this video, you're going to be great, talented players. I believe that wholeheartedly. And for others, it's going to end, but you're going to find a much happier and successful path. I know you will. With that, guys, I do want to thank all my amazing partners. Raise Energy, the coldest water bottle, Dano Seasoning, Zest Tea, Stash It Self Storage. I want to give all of them a shout out. All these guys are fantastic. They all work with me. They all help support the blog, and I need you guys to go and support them. I need you guys to go down to the link in the description, the link tree. Click on all of them. Pick whichever one you like. One new water bottle, go to the coldest water, Ballboy 10 at checkout, and save yourself 10% on your next amazing water bottle. If you like cooking, you want to get healthier, go over to Dano Seasoning. Best Dan seasoning you'll ever have. I promise you that. If you want an energy drink, zero sugar, there's great supplements, a thermogenic. Like legit with the thermogenic, I've lost 20 pounds taking it. And I feel amazing. Raise Energy, zero sugar, zero crap. It's great. Go try it. 15% off, code BALLBOY at checkout. Stash It Self Storage. If you have extra space that you're not using, go and rent it out on stashitselfstorage.com. Use the code YOUNG at checkout. Let them know I sent you, and you'll save on your first listing. Zest Tea, click the link. You'll save. I want to say you'll save 10%. I just recently changed my promo with them. We have new sponsors as well coming. We're in the works, and that's because of you guys being able to support. You guys are making this dream come true for me, and I appreciate it so much. So thank you guys. Make sure you guys subscribe here. If you at the end of the video, if you made it this far, thank you so much. Subscribe here. Go and watch this video here. YouTube's gonna think you're really gonna like it. But yeah, thank you guys so much. One love, blessings.